and the smile is like, yeah, I love that. That's great, man.
The organization's called the Federal Bureau of Control, and Jesse gets there.
Yeah, right?
And it's some things have gone awry, let's say, in the building, and Jesse becomes very mysteriously the director of the organization. So she's been given this position of power that she doesn't quite understand. She's just here trying to find questions, find out about her past, but is instead instated as the director of the bureau, chosen by the service weapon.
So you're saying the people she is trying to investigate have put her in charge?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So I thought I heard you wrong.
There's a lot of that going on right now.
That's
There's a lot going on.
really wonderfully confusing. I love it.
It's wonderfully confusing.
Yeah.
No, but throughout this particular mission, Jesse is looking for other people from the management team. So they've all gone missing. She's lifting the lockdown here, asked by Emily Pope, one of the main researchers in the organisation, for help. She's asked her to go do this and find other people in the management team to see if they can work out what's going on.
Yeah, we wanted to have this really immediate kind of experience to start playing the game. Like you enter the building, you're kind of looking for answers, and I think within the first 10 minutes, you become the director of this bureau. And what has happened is this strange supernatural invasion that has been contained within the building, and it's essentially corrupting, taking over the people, the building itself, and essentially it's a massive disaster zone, like a supernatural disaster zone. And you as the director need to then start dealing with it and figure out, how to solve it, what to do, and so on. At the same time, there's this other aspect where you're trying to find out what happened to your brother.
Now, is there like different ways you can play the game? Because it seems like you might be able to do stealth. Is there a stealth element? Do you just like kind of run and action, or is there like variations?
This is 100% an action game. So,
Okay.
You pretty much solve problems with your supernatural abilities, or you have service weapon, which is this strange object of power that you get as you become the director that you use in combat. And there is this other side to the experience though. Like there is a lot of fighting and so on as you try to deal with the enemies and the corrupted humans in this place. But there's the other side of there's still people who have been able to not be affected by the supernatural force.
Okay.
So they have remained as humans, and they are protected by certain means. And as you go through the building, you will, from time to time, find them and then work together with them in trying to figure this out.
Well, just watching that little exchange with, I'm guessing, an NPC.
Yes.
That's Artie.
That's Artie. Yes.
He's the janitor.
Sheer, not to get into the nuts and bolts of it, but the sheer emotion and detail on his face is astounding. It's really, really good. I don't know, what did you guys do? Do mocap or
Yeah, pretty much. We worked a lot on this technology to be able to basically replicate live actors in the game as well as possible. In the previous game we did, Quantum Break. So we spent a lot of time perfecting that kind of a pipeline, the processes, and all the different means that we can, get the likeness into the game. And it's paying off in all upcoming games, including Control.
Now, this isn't, I don't think it's spoilery because you put it in the trailer.
Right.
But these powers.
Yes.
What's the deal? It's probably a crappy interview question, but
no,
it's a good
I mean,
question. What's the deal with the
Jessie
powers?
has the ability to bind objects of power to her that give her abilities, and many of these are uncoverable in main missions and side missions as well. And they give you the ability, for example, shield allows you to bring objects around you to shield from attacks. Evade allows you to quickly move out of the way, or in order to, dodge or to get some. I use it to travel quickly, but it's really fun. And so the challenge is balancing your abilities with your gunplay at the same time. But you also, in side missions, meet other characters like Arish here. This is Chief Security Arish. He's super cool and helps Jesse with this particular mission to lift the lockdown. He's just as confused as everyone else about what's going on. and you do a side mission for him as well later, which builds out his character. This is actually different for Remedy, not necessarily for games, but something that we wanted to try, which is having a main storyline, but also having side missions that the player can choose to follow up on and learn more about the world and the story, as well as have conversations with the characters and choose to delve more into the world and the lore that we've built up around this game, if that's what they're interested in.
I was actually going to ask about that as far as the side quests are optional.
I was just, yep.
And if you want to discover like the entire encapsulating story of the world, side quests are important to like put the pieces together.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we're doing in the side missions actually. There are entire bosses and so on that are optional for you to experience. It was important for us that we create a world.
You said bosses, right?
Yeah, there will be bosses.
That's a good word. I like that word.
And so basically it was important for us to create a world that there's a sense of opportunity within it. Like you can choose how you go through it, there's a lot of exploration, there is a main campaign, so there's this main arc for Jesse that we want to tell. But there's plenty of other things you can do as well, so we wanted to have this Metroidvania feel to this world. So a lot of exploration. It's a bit of a different direction compared to games that we've done before, and it was important for us to explore that side. And,
go ahead.
I was going to say that usually a boss battle gives you a major reward. You mentioned additional storyline stuff, but I'm guessing maybe access to powers you otherwise wouldn't have access to, maybe additional firepower or things like that will be rewards as well?
Yeah, we have, so you can get your hands on additional pieces of power or what we call modifications. So you can mod your character, you can mod your gun. So there's plenty of different types of rewards in the game that you can find.
Yeah, because one of the greatest powers I saw is that your gun just has a reload button, and that's it. There's no ammo count that I can see that says you only have 100 max bullets left. It's just reload, reload, reload.
Yeah, it's the weapon we call service weapon, and yeah, it's essentially a supernatural weapon. So, and it can shape shift into different forms, and each form has a very kind of a different gameplay style to it. And because it is a supernatural object, there's no kind of concept of ammo. It just has energy, and then you kind of pace the use of your weapon together with the abilities. The abilities are more tactical, and the gun is more like, you know, that pow, pow, pow. You get your kind of a quick actions with the gun, and then use abilities to tactically move through the world. So you can levitate, or as Brooke said, like use the shield and do all these other kinds of things as well.
Now,
leads to very, very kind of fast gameplay. Sorry, yes.
No, that's right. When talking about like the different things you can acquire skills and power-ups, so to speak, is there a tree, or is it like pretty linear? Do you get to choose like what kind of, like, if I want to be more focused on shooting or more focused on like psychic abilities or whatever?
There are ability trees where you can, so you need to acquire ability points to invest in the ability tree, and each ability have their own little tree. They're not complicated, so there's some choice that you have. The bigger thing that I wanted to have as an experience was that you need to actually go out and find these different options of power that grant you these abilities separately. So that's part of the experience. And then yes, you can make them more powerful. You can unlock new perks for them as well. Like for instance, when you create that shield that protects you from damage, there's an additional perk that you can get through the upgrade system where you can launch it off and basically wreck up the enemy standing in front of it. So there are these little gameplay additions that we do as we upgrade the powers.
And it really makes exploration worthwhile. So we really encourage players to go out and look around the oldest house, because there is so much to discover. There's a lot of detail in this world and in these environments. You know, where you go off, you'll find a side mission which will grant you an ability which you otherwise might not have, which definitely rewards gameplay-wise and story-wise at the same time. So, and same with the environmental storytelling. Like, the environments are absolutely gorgeous. We're looking at the maintenance sector at the moment, which is the underbelly of the oldest house, where there is a power plant and a water plant that keeps everything going.
What is that?
There are a few unsavoury things to discover down there. Yeah.
Is that? I don't want to say it, but like it looks like, you know.
Doo-doo.
are about to be exposed to a different kind of resonance. Hostile, viral, invasive resonance.
The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
The hiss? That's what we're calling him? That's catchy.
Don't worry. It'll be, quick and painless.
Fair warning. This is gonna be weirder than usual.